Welcome back to the 4Xlounge X System Monthly Review. This is for the month of October 2010. Welcome back, one and all. Great you can join us. Today we're going to spend a little time looking at the results over the past month in regard to the short and long-term X System. Now the X System delivers automated trades to your desktop as well as via email and SMS. The blue lines at the top represent the short-term X System winning streaks, how many consecutive winning trades the short-term X System has enjoyed. The red lines at the bottom indicate the losing streaks. It's very cyclical. Generally speaking, the short-term X System tends to enjoy winning and losing streaks of between 5 to 10 trades. So, when we see the X System draw down a number of trades between the 5 to 10 area, statistically, it's a good time to get involved in those trades. Same holds true for the long-term X System portfolio. Green line represents the winning streaks. The red lines represent the losing streaks. Again, between 5 to 10 winning or losing trades, statistically we're due for a reversal. Therefore, when the short or long-term X Systems enjoy losing streaks of 5 to 10 trades, statistically again, it's a good time to get involved. Now we take a look at the X System by currency pair. We take a look at the short-term X System. Statistically, certain currency pairs tend to outperform the rest. The best performing currency pairs in the short-term model are the 2,891 pips of the Euro Yen has generated since inception, Euro CAD at 2450 since inception, Pound Swissy at 2100, followed by the Pound Dollar, and then below that the Aussie Yen generating almost 1700 pips. Statistically, the worst currency pairs include the Euro Swissy, that's the only negative currency pair, followed by the Cable Yen to the downside, Cable Yen followed by the Kiwi Dollar. Same holds true for the long-term X System portfolio. Again, focus on the best performing currency pairs because they tend to outperform the rest. Pound Swissy generating almost 3,300 pips of profit since inception. That's followed by the Pound Swissy, followed by the Pound Yen, followed by the Euro CAD with almost 2,200 pips. The only currency pair we see generating a loss is a Dollar Swissy, so it's good to avoid that. Followed by the shallow winners of Dollar CAD to the downside, Kiwi Dollar, and Euro Pound. Now, most importantly, we look at the short-term X System portfolio. The blue line represents its current equity curve, currently generating profits of just over 18,000 pips since inception. The violet line at the top represents the all-time equity high, as high as the short-term X System equity has been. The black line at the bottom represents the drawdown, how much the X System has drawn down off of its highs. Now, statistically speaking, we can see the short-term X System tends to draw down at the worst levels between 1 to 2,000 pips, which is statistically the best time to get involved in trades. Case in point, going back to February of this year, we can see the X System drew down to a level of 13,282 pips off of its highs. That was the current equity, was 13,282. That was in the beginning of February. From the beginning of February through the end of March, in only 8 weeks, the short-term X System went from a level of around 13,000 pips up to a level of over 16,000, generating over 3,000 pips of profit in the next 8 weeks that followed that drawdown. Well, statistically speaking, we're at that drawdown level again. So, a very good time to get involved with short-term X System trades. Long-term X System works the same way. Statistically, once we draw down between 2,000 to 3,000 pips, it's a very good time to get involved in the trades. Case in point, going back to June of this year, long-term X System drew down to around 18,000. But from the beginning of June through the end of July, again, only 8 weeks later, we moved from a level of just over 18,000 pips to a level of almost 24,000. Over 3,000 pips of profit were generated on the long-term X System in the subsequent 8 weeks following that significant drawdown. Focus on those drawdowns, focus on the best performing currency pairs, and we can statistically outperform the market as well as the X System itself. Now, pulling up the X System application, we have a number of buttons across the top of the dashboard, which is what we see in front of us. We have the short-term and long-term monitor. We can click on either one to access the live trades. And again, these trades are also delivered to our desktop via the application as well as email and SMS real time. At the bottom it shows the number of pips it's made this week, the best and worst performing currency pairs, and the total number of pips generated since inception. We can also click on the long-term X System portfolio and pull up the current stats as well as its current open trades. we can see the current open trades include euro dollar long 139.38, we're placing our stops and our targets respectively. These are the amount of pips it's made or lost in that open trade. Looking down, 51 pips have been generated this week, and since inception over 21,000. Finally, at the top of the X System portfolio, if we click on the charts button, it will bring up the individual currency pairs as well as the long and short-term X System portfolios themselves, where we can access the current equity curve. So simply hover the mouse over any currency pair, such as a pound Swissy, on a longer short-term basis, and that will indicate, or that will show us, that pound Swissy currency pairs P&L, so we can make our decision which are the best and worst currency pairs to get involved in or to avoid. We hope this has been helpful. If you have any questions, email us anytime, info@4Xlounge.com. We thank you for joining us. We wish you a great day. All profitable trades. And we look forward to seeing you back soon. Back inside the 4X Lounge.